Hey, what's up? This is Hunt Squares Part 2. The subject is power trips and the abuse of power.
And like relationships and when to use power and when it's needed and whatnot.
Exactly. Yo, my name's Aaron.
And this is Trevor, and we're going to be chatting it up today about power trips.
Exactly. So, my story happened about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when I was at Sac State going to school, the teacher, Todd Sebastian, made up a leadership program on a Saturday to where all the students had to participate. And so on Saturday, I ended up making ribs for the class. Shout out to Antoine Simmons. He was there. But anyways, made ribs for the class and white rice with some finadeni so everyone could chow and shit. Already in my gut feeling, I already had bad vibes because when I dropped the food off, I got badass looks from certain people that worked there. Anyways, work at Peak Adventures where the class was, put at. Anyways, so I go back to the car to go get lifted so I can calm my warrior down and come back to the class where everybody's at Peak Adventures, and they're all in a circle without backpacks. So I creep up like a ninja into the circle and still with my backpack on, up in the circle and shit. Anyways, this kid Nick Dower, which is some type of student aide that works at Peak Adventures, decides to pick me out and try and power check me. And I asked him, I was like, listen, bro, wait till the teacher's done speaking and I'll put my backpack away. And this motherfucker again, second time, nah, but all the students don't have the backpack. Just go, please put it away. And then in return, I started begging. I was like, please, I'm begging you, bro. Just leave me alone. Wait till the elder's done speaking and I'll put my bag away. And then this motherfucker, Nick Dower, for the third time, says, how about you give me your bag and I'll put it away for you. And that's when the warrior inside came out and I straight told him, get your motherfucking ass back in line for it, cut your fucking head off because you were fucking with the wrong dude right now. So, as I proceeded to finish my sentence, you could see the energy of a bitch mate come out of this power trip and he's like, oh, I'm fucking with the wrong dude. And he, kindly returns to his spot in the circle. As the elder teacher proceeded to talk, she spoke on if anybody's gone to war. And I raised my hand and I looked at this motherfucker, Nick Dower. And I said, I've been to war. And I looked straight at him. I was like, yeah, I'm ready, bruh. I'm fucking ready. I want to fucking, dude, I want to hurt this cat. Anyways, long story short, homeboy Nick Dower only did that shit because he felt it was necessary to call out the smallest person in the group to try and power check me because of all the fine pussy that was in the class. You feel me? So in the instance of a power check, don't abuse that power. If you're a student aide, be fucking cool. You know what I mean?
He was a beta checking an alpha.
Exactly. And I ain't no motherfucking alpha in general. I like to be alpha beta, if you will, because I'm a fucking chill ass motherfucker. I'm island style, if you will. I like to barbecue, drink a little bit, smoke a little bit. That's how I do, But this is on the hush because I don't want Rome to know about this shit. And Rome is policy, laws, things that get people caught up for over nonsense.
Yeah.
So in the aspect of keeping it all private, you know what I mean? That's why no faces or nothing. But anyway, that's all hearsay. I can't comment on the legal shit that we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's all hearsay. So in case, jobs out there looking, we don't do nothing.
Yeah,
Anyways.
we just chill. We just talk on the podcast.
Exactly. And that's what this podcast is about, you know what I mean? Just talking shit, just fucking keeping shit real, letting you know how to deal with certain things. And then relationships, Trevor's going to talk about relationships or just talking about whatever. So it's
like
all good.
Bosses and stuff. Yeah, like I got this boss at work. His name is Anthony. And this is just pretty recent. He actually started working at the place that I started working at around the same time, but I transferred there. So he started working at the place that I transferred to around the same time. Sorry, and he ever since he started working with me, he kind of like had like a weird thing with me. He kind of like was like, oh yeah, you started working here. I like your style. I like the way you do things. You have potential here. And he kind of always wanted to talk to me and treated me different than everybody else. And I kind of thought he was weird. So then I worked in there a few months. I kind of hated it. So then I was just like talking about quitting and stuff. And then he tried to talk to me about and ask me why I was quitting. And he was trying to be like real friendly, extra friendly. And then I just kind of was just like, I just don't like it here. He's like, oh, well, just stay around for a little bit, check it out, and see how it goes. And if you don't like it, then I guess this isn't the place for you. So I just stuck around, just tough it out. And then he just like, I just kind of like was miserable there. So I wasn't doing things that he was asking me, just kind of like little stuff. Like he was trying to change the way the restaurant works, like trying to add his own touch to it. He was just trying to be like, I would like I cook pizzas, and when I pull them out of the oven, I put them onto the tray itself, and so I can just cut it. And when I have to cook the pizza and cut it myself, usually we have someone there to cut it. But when there's not someone there, I like land it onto the plate and cut it. And he said not to do that because it makes the pizza soggy, and that there's no science behind that whatsoever. So I was just like,
dumb shit.
yeah, and I've been doing that. I was trained that by the owners of Blade, or the place that I work at, and so then I was just like, I just wasn't listening to him, so I kept putting it on the plate, and I would look at him dead in the eyes and just be like, I was trained to put it on the plate, and so I'm gonna put it on the plate. And he didn't like that at all, so he just kept talking crap about me and doing all this stuff. So then one night I was like closing. It was like I had to open the next morning, and it was a Friday night, and I had to open on a Saturday. So, and it was super busy that Friday. I worked till like 12:30, and I was like, all right, I'm done with all my stuff, and I got to open next morning. Can I leave? And he was just like, no, everybody leaves as a team. Other people got stuff going on, but everybody was just lollygagging around, taking their time, and I was just trying to get out of there. And so I was like, I just worked my ass off, scraped all the peels, did all this stuff, like scraped the floors and freaking did the back of the house and all that stuff. And he was like, nope, you got to do more. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I stood in the corner. I just stood there, like pretty much in the corner, like sitting there, like just staring. Like, I'm tired, bro. I'm not working. I'm mentally checked out. And so he goes over there, looks at me. He's like, come on, man, one more hour to this. And I was like, come on, man, I'm trying to leave. Like, I did all my stuff. I did my dues. Like, the cook isn't even supposed to close. And he freaking, and then he like sees that I'm just not gonna work, so then he goes over and clocks me out because he doesn't need me there. So he goes back out there pressure washing the freaking outside, which doesn't even need to be done. He's just doing that, going out of his way and doing that.
To be a fucking prick.
Yeah, and then so he's just trying to power trip because he doesn't want me to, or he doesn't want to do anything. He wants to make it look like he's doing something. So he's going outside doing something super easy, trying to get everybody else to do stuff that was on a busy night, and he never closes. And it was on a Friday night that he closed. And so, fuck. And then so he fucking... What was I talking about? Fucking...
Never closes.
Oh, yeah, no. So then he fucking clocks me out of my shift and then, like, doesn't even say bye or anything. And fucking, I was like, all right, peace out. I'll see you in the morning. But he didn't even open the next morning. He had the next morning off, so he wasn't even tripping about staying late. And then
see, that's a dick move right
exactly.
there.
And I was 17 years old at the time, so I mean, like, I was tired. And then so I find out the next morning from the person that was closing that night with me. But he came in around 12, and he told me that Anthony, the rest of the night, and all the rest of the crew were talking shit about me, saying how like, oh, I don't understand how someone at that age could be so tired at this age, blah, 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 and saying how, like, I wasn't doing shit and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, fuck this. So I came in there, and I was like, whatever. So I treat Anthony like shit. I, like, told him, I was like, I'm not trying to be fake to someone that's going to talk shit about me. So I was just I wouldn't say hi to him anymore. I wasn't looking at him dead in the eyes. I wasn't listening to him. And then he just kept trying to come up and boss me around, like telling me how to cook pizzas. And I was like, bro, I've been cooking pizzas longer than you've been working here. Like, just because we came to this store at the same time doesn't mean I haven't been learning how to cook pizzas. So don't tell me how to fucking do my job. And he fucking always is, and then he gets all weird about that. And then so he comes up to me.
Hey.
Yeah, and then he comes up and tries to tell me that when I open in the mornings, I never open. I opened on Saturdays or Sundays, but I never open 2 days a week. I always open 1 day a week. And he comes in on like one morning. It was like, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't put your bags underneath the expo station." And that was the only thing I forgot. And that's because he has to pick out every little last detail. Because that's the way he does. And he comes up and he says, like, why didn't you have to refill your bags when you open them? I was like, I've never refilled bags a day in my life, and I've been working here for 9 months. And he's like, well, it's really frustrating when I have to walk to the office and go grab a bag. And I'm like, well, it's not that far of a walk. I was like, and right now that you notice it and there's no guest there, you should go do it instead of making me go do it. And then he got all butthurt about that. And then got all I got all power trippy and was
just like a square would.
And he started asking me, I don't see why the problem is. You're always trying to go against me. I thought, he's like, I've done so many favors for you, trying to help you out and trying to cut your hours down to where you like it, like give you days off to where you want and all that stuff. And I'm like, bro, I never asked you. I just was bitching about my day because I fucking hate working here. Who doesn't fucking hate work? And so I was just bitching. I never asked you for a damn thing, and you fucking just went out of your way and did it, and you're expecting something in return. I was like, no, that's not how it works.
Exactly. And it doesn't work that way. You still work with him then?
Yeah, I still work with him. He said every day he fucking still like he tries to fucking call me into my shifts all on my days off. Every day off that I have, he calls me.
That's the
same dude. He calls me every fucking day. Or every day off, and then he makes me close on Halloween. He made me close on fucking 4th of July.
Hater shit. Nah, so yeah, abuse of power trips is just when someone gets that little bit of power and they gotta be like, oh, I'm the shit. Instead of being a cool ass dude and being like, you know what, let me be fair, let me be reasonable, and let me be firm on what the fuck I'm talking about. That's just like in a relationship. Because if a motherfucking man in a relationship is not firm, reasonable, or fair, then shit's gonna get whacked, and you're gonna have a crazy ass bitch on your hand, and that's your fault. At the end of the day, and under the context of survival of the species, if a hunter is not supposed to, not doing his duties of provide, protect, and produce, then the fucking species dies. Yeah. Just because we've evolved over time doesn't mean the rules don't apply to today's society. You know what I mean? We just have to apply them differently. For instance, I'm a hunter, you know what I mean? But my title, I work for Rome, nigga. So at the same time, I gotta play that part of Rome. And like I said, if you in Rome, you gotta follow the rules, or else you're going to jail for a long time. You're gonna get locked up, do some bullshit, and that's no fun at all. And then what's gonna happen? You got crazy ex baby mama. She gonna raise your kid all like a chump because that's what she's trying to do with my ex.
To make you look bad.
You know what I mean? So just always be cool, calm, and collected, and yeah, do what's right. Always pick what's right, even though it's fucking hard to.
Yeah, even though it's like hard to see through that stuff, you always got to pick the right the right path.
Exactly.
Because you'll regret it in the end.
And the little bit of power that you do have, don't abuse that shit. Because you have to be,
just know that you have the power.
Exactly. And don't get mad at fish for some women. They're gonna swim. They're gonna test their man just to make sure he's the shit and all that bullshit. But anyways, we'll holler at you. This is Hunting Squares Part 2, and we'll holler at you later. This is Aaron signing out, I guess.
This is Trevor signing out, and we're going to talk to you next time.
Yeah.